So as we start to talk about omnichannel, first let's discuss how we typically think of the customer journey, right? Say you're thinking about taking a vacation. In this example, Las Vegas, right? So you do a search for Las Vegas, some stuff you might want to see while you're there, read some blog posts, read some content about things to do there, in case you didn't know what there is to do in Vegas. You might email somebody who's recently been there, has had an experience. You're going to trust what a friend of yours has to say about their experience. Then you start thinking about, where am I going to stay when I'm there? And different factors go into making that decision, right? Proximity to the event or the attraction that you're interested in, whether it's pet-friendly or kid-friendly, depending on what your situation happens to be. Then you start price checking and make your booking. Nice, clean, linear line, right? No, it's really not that easy anymore. This is what it really looks like these days. It's a lot messier. We've heard about social from Mike. We heard about local optimization from Kanika earlier. The importance of reviews we just learned from Chris. All of these things influence a purchase decision, right? So people are, especially, trust and authority. Before people are going to part with their hard-earned dollars, they're going to make sure they really want to be spending their money at this hotel. TV, print, brick and mortar, if you happen to be a retail client, if you have actual products you're selling rather than a room or an experience. And then in the middle of all of this is digital, which is the most complicated because there are so many players. And that's what omnichannel is. Omnichannel is making sure that you are where your customers are, no matter where they are in their journey. If they're just starting to maybe think about a vacation they're going to take in 6 months, and they're, hey, Alexa, tell me about hotels in Las Vegas. You want to be there. Say they are in an Uber on their way home and checking on their iPhone, planning a trip. You want to be there. So no matter where your customers are in their journey, no matter where they are geographically, if they're on an iPad, a tablet, their computer, if they're on TripAdvisor or Kayak, if they're just searching in Google or checking Facebook, no matter where they are, you need to be there with a consistent, clear message about your property. All right, so we've talked about what omnichannel is. So that's the overview of what it is. But what does it actually look like? And this is where the real work came in. So we have here 3 rising stars from our account management team here at Milestone who are going to share with you some success stories they've had with actual omnichannel strategies they have deployed for the clients. And so first, I would like to invite up Navdeep Multani.
So this property is a couple of miles away from the San Antonio International Airport and other big attractions and amusement parks like Six Flags and SeaWorld. It's primarily, visitors are people who are looking for a pet-friendly or budget-friendly accommodation. All right, so why do we want to focus on awareness? So in the beginning of this year, we started noticing declining organic performance for this property, and as a result, OTAs were taking away a huge share of revenue and traffic directly from the hotel. Now, along with that, we were also missing from the Google Knowledge Graph. So that's one of the reasons we wanted to focus on awareness. All right, so in order to achieve our goal of improving awareness and website ranking, we put together omnichannel strategies. And a couple of things we did. So the first thing we did was the UNAP. We audited the UNAP to make sure that URL, name, address, and phone number of the hotel is consistently listed throughout the digital ecosystem. Because if the information is incorrect, then our listings would not be found on Google and it would hurt the awareness. Next up, as I mentioned earlier, we were very focused on visitors who were looking for pet-friendly and budget-friendly accommodation. But by reviewing my information on Google, we found that the Google actually identified us as a hotel that was near airport. So we changed our strategy. We implemented new keywords to focus on visitors who were actually looking for hotels near the San Antonio International Airport. So after we implemented strategic keywords, we did some off-page optimization as well. So we researched some backlink opportunities to give credibility to our clients by creating backlinks with websites like visitsanantonio.com. Those websites also help us build more domain authority, which as a result increase the awareness and get us more visibility on search engine results page. All right. So one of the very important things we did was constantly posting on Google+. I know it's very popular to post on Facebook or Twitter, but Google+ also plays a huge role. Because if we post on Google+, Google sees that as fresh content for your website. And Google rewards us for frequently updating because Google wants to give fresh content to the users, so it's a win-win for both of us. And the very last thing is price parity. Now, price parity is extremely important in maximizing direct bookings. So we're still working with our client through the logistics to get more price parity. So these were some of the strategies that we implemented. And after monitoring website performance, we saw some great results. So first up, by backlinking with authoritative websites, we were able to see 50% increase in the domain authority score, as well as 18% increase in the average ranking. Now, as you can see on the screenshot, that's a screenshot from Google Knowledge Panel. We were able to get more visibility on the panel, and this means we were able to get more direct bookings for the website.
I know you guys have already heard a little bit about this property today. We're lucky enough to have them here. But I just wanted to give you a little bit more background on where they are. They're located in the beautiful Telluride, Colorado. So it's a really amazing place right in the mountains. And when you normally think of things like a mountain lodge, you're probably thinking about skiing, snowboarding, and other winter activities, which leads me to the challenge that we decided to undertake. So as you can see, leading up to and during the winter months, we saw great spikes in traffic, as you might suspect, coming to our vanity website. Then during the spring and summer, we saw dips in the sessions that we were receiving compared to what we saw earlier in the year. Now, Telluride has a lot to offer all year round, especially in the summer in terms of events and activities, so we wanted to make sure that we were capitalizing on that. So our goal was really twofold. We wanted to bring this property to people's mind as a summertime vacation destination, and then on top of that, capitalize on some of the events happening nearby. So if people were coming to Telluride, they would think of this property as a place to stay. So how did we take this on? We started by thinking about that customer journey. We wanted to use on-page and off-page strategies in order to bring awareness and help our goal. So first up, we implemented a pop-up onto the desktop version of the website. And this pop-up led our visitors to the website from the homepage directly to our summer promotions page, so people were immediately made aware of what we had to offer in terms of packages and deals going on at the hotel during this season. Next, we were able to leverage Facebook advertising to run a boosted ad campaign. So we boosted one of the posts that focused on some of the events going on near the hotel. The great thing about running ads on Facebook, as you've heard today, is we can get really granular with our targeting. So we were able to focus on people who already expressed interest in some of the things that Colorado summers are known for, and then put our ad out there as a place that we would be able to stay for some of those events. Next, we optimized a page on the website to provide more information on those summertime's events and activities. So we use keywords surrounding things like golf, horseback riding, and those all-important festivals that I was speaking to earlier. Telluride is actually known as the summertime festival capital of Colorado, so we wanted to make sure that we were taking advantage of that and making our website a real authority in people who were looking for more information there. Next, we were able to reallocate some of their digital media spend from their normal campaigns into summer-specific campaigns, where we talked about things like those promotions and those events that were going on in the Telluride area. So while the summer is far from over, which is a relief for those of us who live in Chicago, still have a couple months, guys, I do have some preliminary results to share with how these strategies have paid off. So in terms of the pop-up, as you can see here, for just a little bit over a 2-week period, we got close to 200 clicks. And those are people that were on the website and immediately learned more about our promotions, and they were encouraged to book now. Then in terms of that summer page that we optimized on the website, we're actually currently ranking in the number 6 average position on the Google search engine results page for the search query Telluride Summer. So that's right up there with things like the tourism board, and we're the only hotel that's currently in the number 1 page for the Google search engine for that specific query, which is great to see. Then in terms of our PPC campaigns, we did see that the summertime campaigns were greatly outperforming our other ad campaigns for this time of year because we were focusing on the things in the area that were really mattering to the people who were looking to book during this time. Then finally, for that Facebook ad that we were able to run, on a really limited budget, which we've mentioned earlier as well, we were able to get over 100 post engagements because we used that great targeting and were really specific with who we were showing our ad to.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you a little bit about Hotel Tybee and the Omnichannel strategy for the property. So before I jump into that, let me tell you a little bit about the background of the property. Hotel Tybee is located on Tybee Island, and this is about a 20-minute drive to downtown Savannah. And little known fact, downtown Savannah is actually the Girl Scout headquarters. So we are seeing every summer, every winter, there's a lot of Girl Scout groups coming to Savannah. And what we noticed is a lot of the attractions on the itinerary for Girl Scouts are actually located on Tybee Island. So the leaders are rounding up the troops, literally, and coming to Tybee Island for some Girl Scout fun. So knowing what we did about this, we were able to identify a challenge and some, also our main goal. So I wanted to go over this a little bit. Okay, so the competition, Savannah hotels are dominating business for Girl Scout group trips. And we also noticed that at the time, really Hotel Tybee had zero search engine organic visibility for Girl Scout niche. So we really wanted to improve search engine rankings and in general increase awareness for the property being known for a Girl Scout property and a place to stay. So a few things that we did. One of the things to achieve our goals, on-page opportunity, we wanted to create a page specifically for Girl Scouts. So we optimized this page with specific keywords, and what we also focused on was the content on page. So we wanted to dedicate it to a specific persona, and we've been talking a lot about persona boards as well. So who we dedicated it to was troop leaders. So ultimately, we know that troop leaders are going to be booking the hotels, booking the properties, and this is who we wanted to tailor the content to. So some content that we had on page dedicated to tailoring to these troop leaders was information about safety, also information about proximity from Savannah to Tybee Island, and also we actually gave some information about an itinerary. So we gave things to do in Savannah and Tybee Island for Girl Scouts. So this is something we really wanted to show to them, that the property has great things to do in the area. So also we utilized the event calendar. So this is very important for us because currently there were no events on the site's event calendar that pertain to Girl Scouts. So if we want to be known as a hotel where Girl Scouts can stay, we need to have content on page that pertains to Girl Scouts. We know that the headquarters has Juliet Gordon Low House, and they have activities and they have tours every day. So why weren't these on our site? We need to get these on. We need to leverage fresh content on the event calendar. So we also worked on social for engagement as well. So what we wanted to do with this social post in particular is really target the troop leaders and also the content focusing on the proximity to Tybee Island from Savannah as well. So this in general, this post is an example of how we wanted to show that Tybee Island and Hotel Tybee, it's pretty much a 3-minute walk to this attraction. So it's the Tybee Island Marine Science Center. And in this regards, we want Hotel Tybee to be known as a property where you can stay there, all of your attractions can be on Tybee Island, and also you can do the Savannah day trip. So there's just a lot of opportunity to have the Girl Scouts have a lot of fun and actually be able to stay at the property. And we also have, I want to talk to you about the results as well. Okay, so for the search results, so we're ranking on page 1 for top Girl Scout queries tracked. And in general, one of these is Girl Scout hotels in Savannah. And also we have Girl Scout trip to Savannah. So an example of this result in the average position ranking, so there was an 81% increase in the average position, and this was comparing 2 periods. So within the first month, 1 month after site launch, we were at position 34, and about a month after that, we were at position 6. So we saw really great results in terms of ranking. And social, we also saw really great post engagement. So there were 104 engagements, the reach was 1,100, and the cost per result was 10 cents. Someone actually left a comment on there that really made me happy. She tagged her friend and said, "I think this is calling our names." And that just made me realize that the opportunity was actualized in that sense. And these women are going to know Hotel Tybee as an option to stay for their Girl Scout groups next time they're going to Savannah. To talk just a little bit about what we also want to do, we want to go to the very end of the funnel, obviously, with conversions, with ROI, with group bookings in general. So we're working on this. Although we're just starting to be known as a property that Girl Scouts can stay, there's a lot of things we want to do on property as well that are going to help with this. So we talked about having some specific things like, for example, if Girl Scouts are coming to stay, maybe offering a free breakfast for them, or at the front desk, possibly having an itinerary for them specifically when they come. So there's a lot of things that we wanted to leverage. We've been talking about reviews as well. So if we have Girl Scout stays, if they're leaving reviews for us on TripAdvisor, that's something that we really want to work on. Also in general, we just are engaged on a property level, so we're really excited to come up with packages or specials. So there's a lot of things that we could really do. So we want to continue pushing this. So this is just the very beginning. We really want to continue with it. So in general, our work with the on-page optimization and also social engagements, it has improved our awareness, our visibility, and also just in general the progress of Hotel Tybee being known as an option for Girl Scout group stays. So in general, as you can see with my opportunity here, it's not always about fixing problems or current challenges, but also about being proactive, about identifying new opportunities. So there's a lot of ways to do omnichannel and a lot of strategies that you can take, and thanks for letting us share a few of them with you today.